Question 1. For a positively skewed unimodal distribution, which of the following measures is most accurately described as the largest? A. Median, B. Mean, C. Mode. So remember this graph for a positively skewed unimodal Okay, this graph is for positively skewed unimodal. The mode is less than the median, which is less than mean. So the correct answer is B. Okay, question 2. A technical analyst observes a head and shoulders pattern in a stock she has been following. She notes the following information: head price, shoulder price, neckline price, current price. Based on this information, her estimate of the price target is closest to. To solve this question, we need to remember this formula. Price target equals to neckline minus the difference between head and neckline. In this example, price target will be 65.75 minus the difference between 83.5 minus 65.75. So we get the answer of 48. The correct answer is B. Question 3. The following sample of 10 items is selected from a population. The population variance is unknown. 10, 20, minus 8, 2, minus 9, 5, 0, minus 8, 3, 21. The standard error of the sample mean is closest to. When the population variance is unknown, the standard error of the sample mean is calculated as S x bar equals to S on square root of n. S is the sample standard deviation and n is the size of the sample. The sample standard deviation is S equals to And in this problem, we can calculate x bar equals to 10 plus 20 negative 8 plus 2 negative 9 plus 5 plus 0 negative 8 plus 3 plus 21 divided by 10, and we get 3.6. And then we can calculate the deviation for mean and the squared deviation. If we don't use calculator, we can write in a form like this. Deviation from mean and squared deviation. Okay. For the first number 10 minus x bar, which is 3.6, equals 6.4. 6.4 squared equals to 40.96. And we can do the same to the rest of the numbers. 20 minus 3.6 equals And we add all these numbers up and get total of 1058.4. So variance equals to 1058.4 divided by 9, which is n minus 1, equals to 117.6. And standard deviation is square root of 117.6 equals 10.844. So the standard error of the sample mean is therefore 10.844 divided by and we get 3.429, which approximate to 3.43. So the correct answer is B. Question 4. A portfolio manager estimates the probabilities of the following events for a mutual fund. Event A, the fund will earn a return of 5%. Event B, the fund will earn a return below 5%. The least appropriate description of the events is that they are events are exhaustive when they cover all possible outcomes. Mutually exclusive means that only one event can occur at a time. Two events are dependent if the occurrence of one event does affect the probability of occurrence of the other event. In this situation, event A and B are both mutually exclusive because they cannot occur at the same time, and dependent because if one event occurs, the probability of the other becomes 0. However, the two events are not exhaustive because they do not cover the event that the fund will earn a return above 5%. So the correct answer is B. Question 5. In setting the confidence interval for the population mean of a normal or approximately normal distribution, and given that the sample size is small, students' t distribution is the most appropriate approach when the variance is A unknown, B large, C known. So when the sample size is small and the population is normally or approximately normally distributed, the student t distribution is preferred if the variance is unknown. The correct answer is A. Question 6. A stock is declining in price and reaches a price range wherein buying activity is sufficient to stop the decline. This range is best described as the A. change in polarity point, B. resistance level, C. support level. The support level is defined to be a low price range in which buying activity is sufficient to stop the decline in price. So, correct answer is C. Question 7. An analyst collects data relating to 5 commonly used measures of financial leverage and interest coverage for a randomly chosen sample of 300 firms. The data come from those firms' fiscal year 2019 annual reports. These data are best characterized as data on some characteristics of companies at a single point in time are cross-sectional data. So the correct answer is C. Question 8. A sample of 25 observations has a mean of 8 and a standard deviation of 15. The standard error of the sample mean is closest to A. 1.6, B. 3, C. 3.06. The standard error of the sample mean when the sample standard deviation is known is S x bar equals to S on square root of n. In this case, equals to 15 on square root of 25 equals 3. The correct answer is B. Question 9. If a stock's continuously compounded return is normally distributed, then the distribution of the future stock price is best described as being A. a student's t, B. log normal, C. normal. If a stock's continuously compounded return is normally distributed, then the future stock price is necessarily log normally distributed. The correct answer is B. Question 10. Independent samples drawn from normally distributed populations exhibit the following characteristics: A, B, sample size, sample mean, sample standard deviation. Assuming that the variances of the underlying populations are equal, the pooled estimate of the common variance is 2678.05. The t-test statistic appropriate to test the hypothesis that the two population means are equal is closest to 1.9.29.94. The t-statistic for the given information normally distributed population variances assumed equal is calculated as t equals to Remember this formula for T statistic. In this case, we have SP squared equals to 2678.05. Therefore, T equals to correct answer is C. Question 11. The following information is available for a portfolio. Have equities, mortgages, cash, and equivalent. The return on the portfolio is closest to the portfolio return is the weighted mean return and is calculated as equals to and we take in these numbers and get weight times return The correct answer is C. Question 12. A sample of 240 managed portfolios has a mean annual return of 0.11 and a standard deviation of returns of 0.23. The standard error of the sample mean is closest to for sample, the standard error of the mean is standard error of mean is standard error equals to S on square root of n. S is the sample standard deviation and n is the sample size. Here is S equals to 0.23 on size of 240. and this is equal to correct answer is C. Question 13. A two-tailed t-test of the hypothesis that the population mean differs from zero has a p-value of 0.0275 using a significance level of 5%. The most appropriate conclusion is A. To accept the null hypothesis, B. To reject, C. That the chosen significance level is too high. In this question, we have p-value. P-value is the smallest level of significance at which the null hypothesis can be rejected. In this case, the given p-value is less than the given level of significance. So this one is smaller than this. Therefore, the null hypothesis is rejected. The answer is B. Question 14. Monte Carlo simulation is best described as A. A restrictive form of scenario analysis. B. Providing a distribution of possible solutions to complex functions. C. An approach to backtest data. Monte Carlo simulation provides a distribution of possible solutions to complex functions. The central tendency and the variance of the distribution of solutions give important clues to decision makers regarding expected results and risk. So the correct answer is B, providing a distribution of possible solutions to complex functions. Question 15. The belief that trends and patterns tend to repeat themselves and are therefore somewhat predictable best describes A. Arbitrage pricing theory, B. Technical analysis, C. Weak form efficiency. Its technical analyst believe that trends and patterns tend to repeat themselves and are therefore somewhat predictable. Answer is B. Question 16. Which of the following most accurately describes a distribution that is more peaked than normal? The distribution that is more peaked than normal is called ketotic. Answer is C. Question 17. The null hypothesis is most likely to be rejected when the p-value of the test statistic A exceeds a specified level of significance, B is negative, C falls below a specified level of significance. If the p-value is less than the specified level of significance, the null hypothesis is rejected. Answer is C.